Do you have a plan in place for your pets should an emergency occur? Well, the Arizona Humane Society has many great programs that can help, including our Legacy Circle. We're going to tell you all about that and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good morning and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. I'm Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this Saturday. Now, we talk about the power of fostering all the time, and these little ones are perfect examples of how just a few weeks can make all the difference when it comes to saving precious lives. Our own Janine will be talking about her latest batch of foster kitties later on in the show. And you know, we love an adorable before and after picture, including this litter who will meet throughout the show. But first up is Squeak, and oh man, he wants to play with that toy, and he's so small, Lisa.
Squeak is just 6 pounds, and we have them as Chihuahua mixes, and we are saying here at the studio that we think that they're probably Chiweenies. They're a little bit long and they've got these little stubby legs. I think they're probably Dachshund Chihuahua, but they're not telling us. So there are 3 in this adorable litter, and just like Kelsey was talking about, our fosters made this magic happen. These little ones were born in a foster home, and that is precious for us because these little cuties then don't get sick right away when they're born at the shelter. Plus, it allows the moms to have a more normal environment where it's quiet, they have a safe space to themselves. So these adorable little nuggets have their foster family to thank. And whoever adopts will also be able to get thanks because they are lovable. They're used to cats, kids, dogs. They have all kinds of real life experiences rather than growing up in the shelter. So thank you to their foster family. And this time of the year, we are seeing more and more distemper and parvo. So please, vaccinations are so important. These puppies got their first vaccines. Your own dogs need to be vaccinated. AHS offers low-cost vaccine clinics. You can go on to azhumane.org/vaccines to schedule, but there are lots of community events for vaccinations, and they are so very important because we are seeing so much parvo and distemper at this time of the year. So please make sure your own pets and anything that you adopt will be vaccinated, but these puppies will need a whole series. So keep that in mind and sign up at azhumane.org/vaccines.
Absolutely, and we will be continuing to work with other animal welfare organizations on a vaccine blitz as well. So more information to come on that next week. And I can't get over how many adorable transformation photos we have and just how little these ones were and how much they've grown since coming into the Arizona Humane Society. And you know what? He's kind of striking the same pose right now, Hannah, I think.
He is. He's really active. He's very energetic. This is 9-week-old Milo. He is a male orange tabby. He was brought in, as you saw in that picture, as a little orphan through the Animal Assistance Program. His eyes were closed. He was in our bottle baby ICU. He did really well, and he was also in foster care, and his foster family said that he loves people, that he's very social, very sweet, and he loves belly rubs. So I was trying to see if he would let me do a couple of belly rubs here just to show you. That's so adorable. There you go. And this is kitten season, so we want to remind you to not kidnap any kittens. If you find a litter of kittens, unless they are sick or injured, please leave them be. The mom may take up to 8 hours sometimes to come back to its kittens. So especially if they look clean or if they look warm to the touch, leave them for their mom to come back to them. Otherwise, you can, if you are sure that they are orphaned or abandoned, you can go to azhumane.org/found kittens for information on how to get them help.
Absolutely. That is a wonderful reminder, especially as we know there's such an elongated kitten season here in Arizona, and we are feeling it at AHS. So that's a great reminder. Thank you so much for that, Hannah. And we want to share an adorable story about the power of adoption and that Camila is doing well in her forever home. Since Camila has been in her new home for a month now, she's been so brave and coming out of her shell. She was always very sensitive to touch and affection while in AHS's care, but now she loves napping with her new sister, Indy, and greeting her humans for pets every time they come home. She also loves enjoying time in her backyard with her favorite squeaky toys, though the stuffing doesn't last that long, as we can all relate to. We are so thankful to Camila's parents for being patient and giving her time to adjust in her forever home. And remember to visit azhumane.org/adopt and to give our shelter pets a chance at their forever home. And while we haven't had any storms recently, it's technically monsoon season and we have lots of tips to help keep pets safe. But first, who is this cutie, Sula? Almost looks like a little lion with her fur around her face.
This one is Nala, a two-year-old fox terrier mix. And she had a rough start when she arrived to the shelter. She came with diarrhea, she was vomiting, and also had a high fever. However, after a little TLC and the help of some probiotics, she is back to normal now. Her test came all clear, and she is showing off. Today she has been showing off her sit, stay, and even speak. She has a loud voice. She's a little skinny, but she is gaining weight slowly. And she loves to be part of the action. And talking about action, we are in the monsoon season. And that's a reminder to keep them a little bit close to us. So during the storm, we advise you to keep them indoors. Make sure they have a lot of toys and water. And you can even have the TV or the radio to drown down the thunder and keep them safe. And if they need to go out, please remember to keep them safe and leashed all the time. To meet Nola and more pets like her and get some more tips about how to keep them safe during the storms, visit azhumane.org.
Oh, absolutely. And two, when she's doing treats or she's waiting for, or when she's doing tricks or she's waiting for a treat, Nala does the most adorable little tippy tappies. It's so cute. Thank you so much for that, Sula. And who else remembers that jingle? Just a dollop of Daisy. Well, this is a tiny little dollop, and look how small she used to be. She's grown a little bit, but she's still a pretty tiny girl, Janine, with a big attitude.
Can you believe they came in and their eyes weren't even open? This little litter, I mean, it takes 7 to 10 days for their eyes to open up. So they all went in our bottle baby ICU and they got established. They were latching good. They started eating and drinking on their own, and then they went into a foster home, and the foster said that Daisy, it was the sweetest. She says she has the cutest bunny hop when she runs. It's so cute. But I kind of noticed I was playing with some toys here, and she doesn't like every toy, which is kind of odd for a kitten because maybe if they make too much noise. So I would do like more softy things, like maybe felt balls and things that, like ping pong balls, something that's a little bit easier to play with. But look at her coat. She is beautiful. A long hair calico, which calicos are always female. And it's because the males have an extra X chromosome, so they're always going to be female. And they're known for being good luck in Japan. So if you see them depicted in a lot of their art and with the little paw up, that's to bring in, you know, good fortune for them. And also they are the state cat of Maryland. But calicos, they take beautiful photos. They're so interesting. And she is just a doll. So come take little Miss Daisy home.
Absolutely. And to your point, it is very rare to have a male calico because then they have an extra chromosome. They're XXY instead of just XY, which is pretty crazy to think about. So thank you so much for that, Janine. And don't change that channel. We're going to tell you all about an amazing program to help your pets while giving back to AHS with our Legacy Circle. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now today I'm joined by Vanessa Martin to talk all about an amazing program that not only gives back to the Arizona Humane Society, but that can help your pets as well. We're talking about our Legacy Circle. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We are so excited about our Legacy Circle, but before we talk about that, you're a part of our absolutely incredible development team that helps raise funds for the more than 22,000 sick, injured, and abused pets that the Arizona Humane Society cares for. For anyone who's not familiar with everything that you guys do and all that development entails, can you let our audience know?
Yes, so the Arizona Humane Society is the largest privately funded shelter in the country, and 65% of our annual operations are funded by the generosity of our donors. So it is our wonderful job to share the work that we do and the impact that we make with people in our community to inspire them to invest in our mission to save the most vulnerable animals and enrich the lives of pets and people.
It's absolutely amazing. Not only do you guys do so much work, but you truly work with some absolutely wonderful pet lovers in our community who are just so generous and give back in such big ways. But we want to talk about our Legacy Circle. That is not only a great way to give back, but it could also help your pets as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the Legacy Circle is our group of donors who have included the Arizona Humane Society in their will, trust, or other estate plan. And it is a powerful statement about their commitment to animal welfare. And, you know, it's an honor for us that they want our work to be part of their legacy. And so as a token of our gratitude, we provide a service that's called Continuing Care. Mm-hmm. And what the Continuing Care program does is we will find a new loving home for your pet if they outlive you. And so it entails providing us with all the detailed information about your pet. So telling us where they like to sleep, what they like to eat, what's their favorite toy, do they have any quirks, you know, things like that. Are they taking any medication? Do they have any health concerns? And then we use that information to find them the perfect new loving home.
Oh my goodness, yes, it is absolutely a wonderful program, and it's something that we need to think about because emergencies do arise and life can come at you quick. And one pet that was helped was gorgeous Summer, who was helped through our Continuous Care program, which is a perk of our Legacy Circle. Can you tell us about Summer's story?
I can, yes. So Summer came to us. She was adopted as a kitten by her mom when her mom was 91, and she had Summer for 10 years. She lived to be 101 years old. And so she had shared Summer's information with us. And so we knew that Summer was an affectionate cat. She loved sitting on her mom's lap. We even had photos of her with her mom. And so we knew the kind of kitty that she was. But when she came to us, she was just so traumatized by the loss of the person who loved her the most that she was totally shut down. And so we put her in a foster home thinking that would help her come out of her shell, and she just hid and just, you know, was there for a few weeks and didn't want to have, you know, anything to do with the foster family. And so we thought, we just need to get this girl into her forever home as quickly as possible. And so she came back to the shelter. She actually lived in my office for a little while. And, you know, we kind of shared her as, you know, her story and as a beautiful cat that maybe just needed to be admired from afar until, you know, she kind of warmed up. And she was adopted by a mom and daughter who lived together. And I reached out to them a few weeks later thinking, you know, it would take some time for her to warm up. And she emailed me back and said that she came out of her shell almost immediately. And she came out the next day and was already sitting on her mom's lap. And so she just knew she was home.
She knew it was her forever home.
Yeah.
That is such a wonderful encapsulation of how important this program is, not just for these pets, but also for little ones like this.
Yes.
So for anyone out there who is maybe thinking, oh, I need to learn more about the Legacy Circle or other ways to be able to give back and other programs that we offer, where can they go to get more information?
They can go to our website, azhumane.org, and for Legacy Circle, it's azhumane.org/Legacy Circle.
Oh my goodness. Well, Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all that you and your team do. And we're so happy for Summer. And you know what? We have plenty of other absolutely amazing pets who are looking for their forever homes as well, including little Oreo here. So if you need a little sweet treat, we're going to learn more about this little pup when we come back. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, for anyone who watches the show, you'll know that Lisa loves a special breed. You do have a little affinity for these guys. Can you tell us about this sweet pup, Lisa?
Well, this is Brody, and he is a 4-year-old Doberman. And the AHS teamed up with the Doberman Rescue on these guys. An owner out west found themselves in a situation where they were a little bit overwhelmed by the number of Dobermans they had in their homes. And so they reached out to the Doberman Rescue, and it was 29 Dobermans. So it was beyond the point where one rescue, I mean, we're a very small rescue. We have no shelter type location. We have some foster homes. And so I reached out to the AHS to see if we could team up and maybe help this gentleman out who had 29 Dobermans and 1 German Shepherd out at his house. So Brody came and he was injured, and this is part of the problem with no spaying and neutering. Brody was in a confinement and he was trying to get to the females who weren't spayed or the males weren't neutered. So he got his foot caught in a fence. So he was injured, and they right away selected him to come in first to AHS to get the medical care that they can give at the Second Chance Trauma Hospital. As you can see, his foot is doing great, and he is now neutered and ready for adoption. He's a big boy, 82 pounds, and previously had always lived outside. So he's gonna need a patient family that teaches him all about being an indoor dog. He's already big with the kisses. But if you are thinking of a breed, that specific breed that you're interested in, there are rescue groups, and AHS works with those rescue groups. You can go on to azhumane.org/rescue, and there are a lot of breed-specific groups if you're interested in a certain type of dog, but a lot of purebreds end up right here at the Arizona Humane Society.
Oh, absolutely, and he is gorgeous. So we're so thankful for all of our community partners that allow us to save more lives, just like Brody's. Thank you so much for all the work that you do, Lisa. And now many of our volunteers also give back in different ways, including fostering, and our own Janine has her latest set of kitties. Please tell us their story, Janine.
Oh my gosh, I have loved this litter beyond belief. They have been so sweet. They came to me at 5 weeks old, and they all had upper respiratory infections. And the 2 black ones, we have Camila on the left, or on your right, I guess. And then we have Miguel, who is much bigger, but they're all siblings. And now I've had them for 6.5 weeks, so they've tripled in size. But the black ones, actually, they had a herpes virus in their eyes, and they lost them. They had to, it was called proptose. They actually were pretty much, it was pretty gruesome. They were bulging out of their face, and we had to keep little cones on them for 25 days. They were running around my room having a ball with cones on their head. They didn't care. They took their medicine like champs. They were the easiest litter ever. And somebody, if you want a set, you can get the 2 black ones, and together they'll have 1 full set of eyes. So, but they're 0% impaired. There's not one thing that they are, you seem like they're a little bit different. They're not. Miguel had his eye out about 3 weeks ago, so his fur is already growing back in. And Camila, she still has stitches in hers, and so she's going to be almost adoptable. But if you adopt her, like maybe today, she's going to need her stitches out in between the 21st and 25th. So you just have to bring her back to the shelter, and they will just do that for you for no charge. And they are fabulous. I mean, we always say it's great to have 2 kitties together. Well, why not have 3? Because I've had these 3 running around my room, and they are so fun. They love each other. They are so bonded. And I mean, look at the markings on this little girl, Sophia. Oh my gosh, I love her. And my husband calls her Clarabelle because he says looks like a little baby cow. But they're just so fun. And anyone that takes any one of these, or all 3 or 2, whatever, you are going to absolutely enjoy them for a lifetime. Trust me, I know.
Right.
So if you're interested in becoming a foster hero, all you have to do is just open your heart and home to these types of animals that need your help. We provide all the supplies in the training. All you need to do is provide, like I said, your love and your home. If you are interested, you can go to azhumane.org/foster to learn more information and to see some frequently asked questions about the process.
And it is so amazing. It helps us expand the walls of our shelter without permanently adding to your family at home if you're unable to do so. So it is such a wonderful process. And two, I mean, look how much fun Janine had and is still having with these little babies before they go into their forever homes. Thank you, ladies, for that important reminder. And thank you, Janine, for nursing them to health, as well as to all of our foster heroes. And one of my favorite snacks happens to be the cookie this little pup is named after. And I think we all need a little sweet treat now and then. What do you think, Sula?
I think he needs a little sweet treat too, because now he's chewing on my watch. But this little one is Oreo. He has incredible color. It's black and white like an Oreo cookie. He was born in foster care, and he stayed with his mom while he was nursing, and then graduated to puppy food. And the foster mom says that he is super, super curious. Like you can see, he has been playing with my shoes and my watch. And oh, look at that, he's so cute. So for all the Oreos out there, the Arizona Society wants to make sure that everybody has access to affordable pet care. That's why we are hosting a mobile vet clinic on June 25th. And this is a way to provide low care services to help pets in need. And it's a big help for families who may not otherwise have access to vet care. The spots fill up really fast, so to RSVP and put a small down payment to reserve your spot, visit azhumane.org/events.
Yes, and it is the last of our puppy friends of this litter that we'll be meeting. Hannah's walking in right now to reunite just two of these siblings. We'll introduce you to this little pup when we come back after the break. Welcome back to the show. Now, our last pup is not quite reminiscent of his name. He's named after a slow-moving turtle, but I don't know if he's going to be that slow in his forever home. What do you ladies think?
He is a little 8-week-old, he is relative of the other three, and he is turtle. But we've seen him be quite speedy, especially after the hot dogs around here. So these three, again, we don't need to tell you much about them other than they are absolutely adorable little dachshund chihuahuas born in a foster home and ready to bring some love into your little worlds.
We're going to talk a little bit about this heat that's going on outside, as you all, I'm sure, are aware of. Unfortunately, the Arizona Humane Society has responded to 7 heat-related pet deaths since May, and that is double. That's double than what we saw in the last year at this time. So you may have heard of the sad case of the 2 dogs dying in a car in Queen Creek earlier this week. This is 100% preventable. So please never leave your pets outside in the heat, never leave them in a hot car. And if you see a pet in a hot car or left outside for a long period of time, you can call 911. For more information on safety tips, please visit azhumane.org/nohotdogsaz.
Absolutely. 1 death from the heat is 1 too many. So we want to make sure our community stays strong and stays steadfast in keeping our pets safe. So thank you so much for that. And speaking of keeping our pets safe, the 4th of July is almost here. We want to keep pets in their homes. But first, look at this tiny little one. Oh my goodness. Please introduce us to Trixie.
Trixie is, last but not least, she's amazing. She's a 9-week-old kitten, and she arrived to the Arizona Humane Society as a tiny orphan with the eyes still closed. But she was approved to the baby ICU, baby bottle ICU, and then she went to foster care where she was bottle fed and loved 24/7. And pets like Trixie is an example of how foster and our team bring these little tiny lives to become beautiful pets. And so if you want to be part of the magic, sign up at azhumane.org/foster.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a ball. I was like, I'm just too distracted with this kitten. Oh my, look at her. She is beautiful. She's going to be a beautiful, beautiful adult cat. So we all love kittens, but I want to real quick say that June is microchip month. They're only $10. 1 in 3 pets go missing every year, because they don't have up-to-date microchips or even microchips at all.
Thank you so much for that, Janine. And so sorry, but we have to wrap up, so make sure to visit azhumane.org/microchips for that. Special thanks to Vanessa, and visit azhumane.org/legacy circle as well. See you next week.